Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the likes and the comments on the last few videos. If you haven't seen them already, take a look at the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine videos, see if it's resonating with you. That was before the full moon, and there was quite a shift. I'm going to tell you guys, to be honest, the full moon Wednesday was hell for me, like a living hell, and I have not experienced that low in vibration or that 3D mindset or that kind of pain physically and emotionally and mentally and I don't know how long. I mean, I want to give a shout out to my friends for being there for me. I would not have gotten through that without them. It was literal hell. In my mind space, in my heart. You know, I lost all faith. I lost all trust in this journey. I didn't want to be on this journey anymore. I didn't want to do this anymore. I didn't even want to be in this body anymore. It wasn't as severe as that. You know, I was able to like pull myself back from that kind of depression, but I was feeling angry and resentful towards my divine feminine or towards my divine masculine. It was awful. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was truly, truly awful. You know, tried taking care of myself, tried raising my vibrations, but what I understand now is that I had to go through that and purge whatever it was that was being released. It was just like anger and resentment, but not even anger and resentment over our current situation. It was like, he doesn't watch these videos anymore, I'm 100% certain, so I feel safe to say this. You know, it was anger over, you know, why isn't he there for me when I've been there for him? It was anger over, you know, where was he when I was sick with my illness? Where was he when I was going through everything that I was going through, when I was suffering? Why isn't he here rubbing my back? Why isn't he here giving me words of comfort, telling me he loves me, that I'm loved? Why isn't he here, you know, like I've been there for him and when I'm in pain? And I needed to go through that. I needed to go through that on my own for a number of reasons. One, to understand that he was there with me. He was. And when I look back on my darkest moments with my illness, I know that he was there with me, pulling me back from some of my darkest times. I know it. I know it. I feel that energy. And when I was feeling lost and confused and just in so much pain, physical and otherwise. I haven't felt that kind of pain since I was sick physically. And it was because of all that anger and all that resentment and all that pain that was rising and inside of me. And the full moon. I'm pretty positive the full moon had its physical effects on me as well. But it was, you know, I had my friends who were there for me, listening to me vent, allowing me the safe space to vent and, you know, basically showing me that they loved me. And I know that, you know, he brought my friends to me for that support. You know, he's always here. He's always in my heart. And I'll tell you guys, I woke up, I had a dream about him. It wasn't necessarily about him, but it was, you know, his name. We were in a car and we needed the directions, and on the GPS it said his name and then street, and I knew that, you know, he was there. And then I woke up and I had a song playing in my head, and he and I, you know, I've never really had. I've had a lot of experiences that are unexplainable when it comes to this connection with him. You know, there was a point where I felt over the summer like I was seeing through his eyes. My eyes are brown, his are blue. I had to go to the bathroom and check and make sure that my eyes were still brown because it felt like I was seeing through his eyes. I had an experience where I felt like he was sitting right beside me in the bathtub. I've had numerous experiences that I can't even begin to understand or explain, but that I believe fully are real. It might be called psychic phenomena, but it is real, you know? And you have to trust in yourself to understand that. And so I had an experience where, you know, I woke up and there was a very, very old song in my head. And it's not a song that I would ever play. It's not a song that I would even probably appreciate. But when I looked up the lyrics, you know, I've had songs in my head that are like his music that he listens to, and that I'll say, you know, hello, you know, thanks for sending that to me. But I could always, you know, kind of, because I listen to that music too, so I can always like kind of brush it off. This I couldn't brush off. And when I looked up the lyrics, it was him. It was his higher self basically saying what I needed him to say, or what I needed to hear. And between all of these things, I woke up on Thursday morning, the night after the full moon, and it was a super full moon too. And I just felt free. And I felt faith. And I felt love again. Whereas the day before, I felt so disconnected and so numb and in so much pain at the same time. And this is a different kind of freedom. This is a freedom that I know that wherever we go, and if we're together or if we're apart, that this connection, number one, can't be severed. He is the person I love most in this world, and I know I'm very important to him too. And, no matter where we go, we'll always have this connection. And not just, the past of what we've experienced in the past and how we've healed each other. This connection in the present moment. This beautiful love that is between us in however form it needs to take. And I was completely okay. It was like I released any of that last lingering doubt. It was like I released any of that last attachment. I felt us both become free in this love for each other. And so now it becomes a choice. If he chooses me, I always choose him. But it's me moving forward and enjoying my life. And I've been happy the past few days, moving towards things that I love, being happy with my life, no matter what, knowing that I have his love and he has mine, and, hoping and trusting that he feels it, and just trusting once again in the universe and God and the divine to do what's best for our own highest good. For our best and highest good. And if that means coming together, then beautiful. And if that means more time apart for healing, I accept that too. And it feels amazing. It feels amazing to know that we're never apart and that we always have each other's back. Because I truly believe that. I truly believe that he's my best friend. And he's my person on every level. And, speaking or not speaking, in communication or not in communication, seeing each other or not, even choosing each other or not, I know that we always choose each other. At least on a higher level. And however that needs to unfold in this lifetime, I finally have reached a place where I think I've let go of some past life trauma as well, understanding that, on a higher level, we will always choose each other because of this love that's between us. And man, it feels so freeing and it feels so beautiful just trusting the universe to allow this connection to unfold as it's meant to unfold, and that we're never apart. Because the love, energy can't be created or destroyed. And what is love but energy? Love cannot be created or destroyed, just expanded and expanded and expanded. It's never gone. It might change, but love is never gone. And it just feels like a beautiful new beginning. And I'm seeing that for the collective as well. So this morning, I woke up feeling good again. I'm eager to, I'm working on my work, my businesses. I'm happy. I'm reconnecting with friends who I haven't talked to in a very long time. And the love is just flowing. And that feels really good because you know what? It also flows to my divine masculine. It also flows out to him. And that feels really good. That feels really good. The love that I have for him. And that unconditional love, knowing that no matter what happens with us, I love him. And I know that he loves me too. And that feels amazing. So what happened this morning was I was sending a message to a friend, and I was doing that. I ended up kind of channeling some stuff. And what Spirit was showing me is I've been channeling for a couple of weeks now, if not the past 2 months, the picture of a bow and arrow. And what they've been telling me is that what we've been experiencing is a pulling back on the bow. And when you pull back on the bow, or like a slingshot, it was actually a slingshot, I think, that they had channeled me first. When you pull back on the slingshot, it creates some tension. That was March. Now, I had been channeling for a while that March was going to create some shifts, some huge shifts. I didn't realize it was going to be that intense. I didn't realize it was going to be that ugly, because March was a very, very hard month. But that's because they told me we were closing out cycles, finally closing out those cycles, those last tendrils of that energy surrounding those cycles, that we are releasing. And that's what we did on the full moon. It was a major purge for a lot of people. And it wasn't just me, I realized, who experienced that. You may have experienced it a little bit before, a couple of days before, or a couple of days after the full moon. I experienced it on the day of the full moon. which was really interesting for me. But I had some friends who experienced it before. I had some friends who experienced it on the full moon with me, and now they're in that place of just feeling that same freedom. That's actually why I jumped on. I had my friend who texted me, and she's like, "How are you feeling today?" And I'm like, "I'm amazing." And she's like, "Me too." We realized that we had both gone through a major purge. So that's why I decided to jump on and kind of see what the heck is going on here. So we're pulling back on that tension. March is that tension. But what I was shown today is, when you pull back on a bow and arrow or on a slingshot, it's like your arm can't take the weight of that, the tension, for too long. And so your arm kind of quivers. That's what's happening. It's like your arm is kind of shaking because you're getting ready to release, because you can't hold on that much longer. That's what's happening for the divine masculines, that they can't hold on much longer, that they want to communicate, and they're feeling the push from the universe to move you forward, to move them forward towards their happiness, and they know that their happiness, that you're included in that. That might be for some, that's for the majority of the collective. There might be for some that they're just looking to move forward in their life. I want to specify that. There might be a small segment that it might not include the divine feminine. I'm sorry if that triggers you, but they're just moving forward in their life. But know that you guys are never separated. You are always together. But for the majority of the collective, I want to say like 99% of the collective, or at least the segment that I channel for, there's going to be some kind of communication. Now, whether that means actual commitment in a relationship and a higher level of your relationship, or just friendship, that remains to be seen. That's up to your situation, your individual paths. But for the majority, there is going to be that kind of communication and some kind of up-leveling, because you guys are up-leveling in your ascension journey. That's what this purge was all about. It was healing so that you can release the past and move forward. And what's happening now is, going into April, we're releasing. It's releasing all of that tension of the past few weeks, the past few months, especially March, which was like an accelerated course of study. It really was. It was like an accelerated class, like hyper fast is what they just told me. Super, super fast, like lightning, speed of light fast. With the healing that was happening. So even if it looks like it was going too slow on the 3D, on the physical plane, know that there was immense healing happening, especially for the divine masculines these past few weeks, possibly even, I want to say from the January eclipse, they're telling me, onward. Immense healing happening very, very fast, and that has been like a whirlwind for the divine masculine. It's been like a tornado. So, April, they also told me this morning that April is going to be newness. Everything fresh, everything brand new, coming off the end of the full moon with that purge. You're gonna feel freedom. You're gonna feel release. You're gonna feel relief. You're going to feel love and faith in this connection again, because there's going to be more clarity coming in, is what they're telling me now. There's going to be more clarity coming in, possibly with some communication, but even for you, divine feminines, there's going to be some clarity coming in because of the renewed faith in this connection, and renewed faith in yourself, they're also reminding me. So, April, they're telling me there's going to be some major shifts happening 2 to 3 weeks, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, within the next 2 to 3 weeks. The whole month of April, specifically. I want to say the first 3 quarters of April is what they're actually showing me. So it's not going to be the intensity that March was, because I had said that there were going to be some major shifts. Did not anticipate the ugliness of it, the intensity of it. This is relax. They just gave me the word relax. This is going to be more carefree. This is going to be more abundance and manifestation. This is the brand new chapter of the happily ever after. This is a new chapter of your story. This is a new beginning. Okay, so they are ending with those messages for the beginning intro here. What I want to do, I'm not sure what we're doing today, actually. I'm being called to I don't know if we're doing a full divine partnership reading, if we're just going to read, I don't know what we're doing. But they want me to get overall energies, so that's what I'm going to do first. I'm just going to see where we are for the masculine and the feminine. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, and let me get union. That's too many cards. Okay. All right. Let's start with the Divine Masculine here. What they immediately told me when they come out is number one, we have the 11 number. This is moving towards divine partnership. They are moving, and you see these elephants are in a caravan. What they're actually telling me is that the Divine Masculine is moving forward, both in their life, towards their happiness, towards their divine feminine. They're telling me with their heart. They're letting their heart guide them. And I don't know how much you guys know about elephants, but they really trust their intuition. They are empathic creatures, elephants. They live by their emotions. They trust their intuition. They can return after 20 years to a place that they knew. They have very, very smart memories, very beautiful, beautiful animals, majestic creatures themselves. What they're telling me is that the Divine Masculine is eager to move forward and communicate. By the book, it's also, what they just told me was that this is a brand new beginning, a brand new chapter of a brand new story. So leave the past in the past. I'm trying to remember what they channeled to me this morning, and as I was getting out of bed, I was waking up, I was half asleep, and they channeled me a message. It was, something about you can't let go of the past. You can't move fully forward until you fully let go of the past. And it's not just saying I'm letting go of the past, it's feeling it, it's releasing that energy. That's really letting go of the past. They said it so succinctly. I'm going to ask if they can remind me of it, if they can tell it to me again. But what they're actually saying here is that this is a brand new chapter for a brand new story, and that the past is fully in the past. There's no need to even look back. No need to even look back. You have to let the past go fully. What they're telling me now, they're showing me there might be marriages, there might be separations, like relationships, could be like family relationships, and the Divine Masculine is having trouble letting go of the past. They're having trouble letting go of those relationships because they're having trouble letting go of not just the past, but what they dreamed of the future. So if there is Divine Masculines who are in marriages or who are divorced or separating, what they're actually showing me is that they're having trouble letting go of what they had envisioned for themselves. So if they wanted like a traditional family life with a wife or husband and children, with the picket fence and all of that, they're having trouble. It's not that they're having trouble letting go of the past. They're having trouble letting go of the life that they had built for themselves in their heads, and that is causing them to not allow them to move forward. It's causing them to remain in this stagnant energy, this in-between of the past and what they want for the future, because they're having trouble letting go of the person that they believed was part of that dream. And so they're not seeing that, they're telling me they're not seeing that as possible for the future. Because whoever they had built that life with, however toxic it was, however unbalanced it was, however out of alignment it was, even though they might not want that relationship anymore, even though they might not want that specific life, they had dreamed of that picture of a life. It's almost like they're showing me, you know how children have those paint by numbers? They're showing me that. And so the Divine Masculine had this outline of a picture that they wanted for themselves, and they have this relationship or this family that it could be with children, it could be just a traditional marriage, it could even be parents they're showing me, it could be how they wanted to grow up, this could be inner child situations they're telling me, but they had this picture of this dream that they wanted for themselves, and as they grew up, and as they made these decisions for themselves, these choices with who they were, forming relationships with or growing up, they were painting in the blocks, but it's almost like it wasn't the colors that they truly wanted. It was almost like they felt like destiny was out of their hands and that decisions were being made for them. And so they're having a lot of trouble understanding that they can just start over. They can just start over. They can paint over those other colors and make a beautiful new picture. They have the power to choose the colors for themselves in those paint by numbers. Nobody else can choose it for them. They have the power to write this new story, to write this new chapter, to write this new book. It is a brand new book. It's not just another chapter. It's a brand new book because it's a brand new life for them. But what the first message that came out, I needed to go through all that to clarify. The first message that came out is that they're doing it by the book. They're like, I'm going to do it right this time. So they're doing it by the book. They are letting their intuition guide them. They are letting the divine guide them, because which is also their soul of themselves, their authentic soul self, their own inner wisdom, letting that guide them, because they know that there's no other way now. They know that the way that they were doing things before wasn't working. Using their ego mind wasn't working, and now they have to go into their heart. So they're like, I'm doing it. I'm trusting the divine now. I'm doing it by the book. By the book. That's so funny. Okay, thank you, Spirit. They just showed me, when I said that, they just showed me an image of the Bible. Now, that could be the Quran, it could be the Torah, whatever religious text that you use, know that it's just, coming from the divine. It's a symbol of the divine, guidance from the divine, which you have inside of yourself, which is your soul self, which is your heart, which is your own intuition. But they just gave me a flash of the Bible. They're like, yes, they're doing it by the book. So when I say by the book, I do not mean a literal interpretation of the Bible or any other religious text. I mean guidance, overall general guidance and wisdom and love from the divine, ascended masters, your archangels, your spirit guides, and knowing that you house all of that. It's not a physical book. You house all of that knowledge and all of that wisdom within you. And so as they open up their crown chakra, they're connecting to this. And as they open up their brow chakra, they're changing perspective to see this, and they're going to be communicating more because their throat chakra is opening up as well. Really, really fascinating. So then we have chop wood, and what I'm getting from this, so 4 and 2 is 6, this is unconditional love here. What I'm getting from this is that they are kind of biding their time, trying to put the pieces into place. When I see chopped wood, the image that they're giving me is like evenly chopped pieces of wood for like a campfire, right? Not splintered wood, not fractured wood, but like freshly chopped wood that is being nicely stacked for future use. That's the image that they're giving me to show that they are putting the pieces into place. It's almost like they're putting their pentacles into place. I want this for my family life. I want this for my home life. I want this for my career. In their minds, and also they're telling me also in the physical, they are aligning their lives before they come in for this fresh new beginning. They are trying, at least mentally, to align their lives to be able to offer this brand new beginning, because they want a brand new beginning, not just with the divine feminine, but with their own lives. They want their happily ever after. They want their fresh start. They want their new book. They want their new beginning. And so with the chopped wood, they are busy. Hold on, okay. They are busy getting rid of the dead wood, is what they just told me, the pieces that aren't going to burn as bright. And that is the rest of the karma, the energy of the rest of the karmic relationships, the rest of the toxic relationships, the rest of the bad patterns, the old paradigm is what they just told me. Negative behavior, self-deceptive behavior, releasing the masks, seeing the illusions, looking at the shadow self and acknowledging the shadow self, welcoming light to the shadow self, they just said. They're getting rid of the dead wood, which is just the things that aren't serving them, because they know that wood won't burn. It won't burn brightly for them. It doesn't, and by that, they're using a lot of symbolism today. Jesus. What they mean by that is that it's lower vibration. And they have risen to a vibration and a place on their journey where it's not in alignment with them, and so it's not fulfilling to them. And now they want wood that burns brightly. They want fulfillment. So that's what they're doing. They are busy right now working and chopping wood to bring things into alignment, to stack their wood pile up so that they have something to offer, not only themselves, but the divine feminine, something of substance. Whew. Man, the symbolism they're giving me is crazy. Okay. For the divine feminine, we also have an 11 number, 9 and 2, and we have an 8, infinity. Okay, what they're telling me is the divine feminine right now is in a place, it's just like what I was saying in the intro here. They're in a place of renewed faith. When we have the breathe card, I thought for a second that they were taking a break, and the universe or spirit just shook their head and they were like, no, they took their break. They took their rest. They healed. still kind of in some remnants of that. So take it easy as you need to. Make sure you take care of yourself. Self-love and self-care first and foremost, they're saying, especially with these ascension energies, especially with the solar flares that have been coming, especially with the energies off of the full moon. They're saying take care of yourself, but this is not a period of rest anymore for the divine feminine. This is a period of go. This is a period of living their life. It's almost like taking a deep breath and off you go. Like taking a deep breath as they're showing me a swimmer on one side of the pool. And it's almost like, you know, when you were kids, you took a deep breath to see how long you could hold your breath to get to the opposite end of the pool. That's what you're doing, but not in like a negative way. It's almost like you're inhaling and you're going, like you're charging and you're going fast. You're going to be moving fast. And when you need to come up for air, you come up for air. But now this is forward momentum. Now this is forward movement. And they're showing me the pool again. They're showing me the water. It's going to be smooth waters. And you know how when you're swimming, it's almost like when you're swimming underwater, it looks effortless. That's what it's going to be now, because it's calmer waters. They're showing me Six of Swords energies. They're actually showing me, they're pointing me to, let me get it, because I like visuals. They're pointing me to this honeymoon card in the Romance Angels deck, and you see how it's calmer waters? This is how it is. This is how it is now. So it's not like you're holding your breath in like a negative way. It's not like you're going to drown by holding your breath. They're saying you come up when you need air. But now it's go. It's go time. That wasn't the best analogy, but that's what they gave me. So with this, they're saying you're coming back to a place of faith. You're coming back to a place of connection. And you see how the king and queen are kind of looking at each other? This is the wisdom of this connection. You're understanding this connection. You have the keys to this. This is all in your heart. Trust your heart. Trust your divine, but also move forward with your life. This is almost like the exact messages. They're just calling me to get some clarifying cards for all of them. This is like the exact messages that I was saying in the beginning of how I was feeling and how some of my friends who are within the same segment of the collective that I channel for was saying that it's a feeling of, okay, like I feel free in this collection. I know that we're always going to be loyal to each other. I know that we always have each other's backs. You know how their back is to each other? Almost in like a, I got your back. I got your six. That's what he just said to me. I got your six. But looking at each other so adoringly, so lovingly, that is the beauty of this connection. Knowing that you're never apart, knowing that you always have each other's back, either energetically or, you know, if you're in this physical 3D landscape in person together in a relationship, no matter what, you have this love for each other. And the key is to trust your intuition. The key is to feel this within your heart. Feel it within your heart. Trust it, and move forward with your life, divine feminines, because that's how you come into alignment. You move forward with your life. You do you. That's been a common refrain I've been saying for the past few days, because that's what I've been hearing. You do you. You do you. Whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that fuels you, whatever it is that you're passionate about, not because it brings your divine masculine in, but because it makes you happy, and you deserve to be happy. That is your value. You deserve to feel happiness. You deserve to feel loved, and know that your divine masculine has your back for whatever it is that you choose, whatever it is that you're doing, because of this loyal heart that you have for each other. We're going to get some in a second, some clarifying cards in a second. Yeah, union energies. Union's happening. Immediately what I got is that union's happening. You're coming home to each other because you are home to each other. And you see how there's this open light in the door here? The light is always on. The heart light is always on for your divine counterpart. Masculines, your divine feminines want you to come forward. They love you. They forgive you. And they're being the lighthouse for you. Divine feminines, your masculine is coming home, knowing finally that you are their wishes fulfilled, that they want you as part of their life, that you are their home, and that they are home to you. There is no place like home. They're also pointing me to the Nautilus shell here. And it's over here, like, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a Nautilus shell, but it's in the place of the moon. And what they're actually telling me is that with the past full moon, that just happened. It was very intense because they're pointing me to the 5 number here. This was transformation. A huge transformation happened within the connection that is guiding them home. There's just some cleaning up having to be done, some energetic cleaning up, some more healing. But 2 and 1 is 3. Mind, body, and spirit. There's also being guided by the Ascended Masters. The chakras are aligning. The Ascended Masters, the Archangel, Spirit Guides, higher dimensional beings, they're all coming in to assist in this. It's almost like that scene in Snow White where all the animals come in and help her clean. That's what's happening now. It's the image that I swear, these symbols that they're giving me, I don't even know what to think about them. But that's what they just gave me, that scene in Snow White where it's like cleanup time. And energetically, they are helping the masculines and the feminines purge whatever needs to be purged. This could also be 3D paradigm stuff, 3D programming and conditioning, what we were conditioned to know about love. So this is really higher level stuff we're getting into now. Not that I'm saying, but like on this ascension journey, this healing is higher level healing that we are working on right now, and that we're going to be working on, but working on together. It's just cleaning up the last remnants of that toxic energy for the individual souls. So moving into a new chapter, moving into a new era, moving into a new level of ascension of this evolutionary journey for both counterparts. But in the meantime, you're just cleaning out the old. It's just a little bit more purging of the old, and the divine and Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, higher dimensional beings, they're all coming in to assist in this so that you guys can come home to each other. Okay. I think we're just doing the overall energies today. I'm not doing a full Divine Partnership reading. I think I'll check in on the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine tomorrow. But I want to get, because we have talked a lot about the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine today. So we're going to do things a little bit differently today. I want to get some clarifying cards, and I just want to get into how you guys are feeling about each other within this connection. We're not going to go deep into head space, heart space, physical reality. We're not even going to go into past, present, and future energies, because I feel like we're covering a lot of that here. I just want this to be just a general, overall energies reading. But let's get some clarifiers for what's going on with the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and the union energies here. Now I'm going to, since we're not doing a bigger spread, I'm going to, so you guys can kind of see what's happening here. I'm going to lay these cards out. Eventually we'll get a different workspace, but I'm kind of happy with where things are. But I'll work on arranging things a little bit better over the summer, I think. Can you guys see all that? Yeah, good. This is the Mystic Moon Oracle deck for Twin Flames. You can find it on Etsy. And there's something flipped over here. I don't know where it is. And on her channel, Mystic Moon. Oh, there it is. What is flipped? Forgiveness is flipped over. Really forgive yourself and your divine counterpart, whoever this is for, masculine or feminines. There's a lot of resentment. Okay, this might be for a specific person. What I'm actually getting is there was a lot of resentment between the two of you. A lot of a sense of betrayal, a lot of mistrust. I'm actually getting around a karmic partner. Possibly some cheating going on. They're saying forgive yourself and forgive, the higher self is actually saying forgive yourself and forgive your karmic part, or forgive your divine counterpart, because that was also a lesson that they had to learn in order to come back into this place of understanding this connection and to come back to this place of love for you. They're asking, somebody's coming through and asking for forgiveness. So take that as it resonates with you. I'm getting that there's a great distance. Okay, this is really interesting that this is coming through. There's a great distance between you. So possibly living in another state, possibly even another country, but I'm getting another state. There they're saying, please forgive them, because they needed that final relationship. You were going to come together. You and this other person, this is for a divine feminine from a divine masculine, you and this other person were going to come together. You were trying to come together, but there was something that spooked them, that spooked the divine masculine, something that was said, something that was asked of. Possibly, I'm getting that you were moving too fast, so possibly even like talk of commitment or talk of moving in together or talk of marriage or something. I'm getting that possibly you were even looking at engagement rings, so if this resonates with you, it's a message for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, disregard it and continue on with the reading, but this is coming in for somebody. They're saying that there was something that was happening, that was moving way too fast, and their higher self is saying that they hadn't done all the healing, and in order to protect you, divine feminine, they didn't want to hurt you. They still had lessons to learn, they still had healing to go through, but they didn't want to hurt you, and they knew if you were together that you would be hurt, that there would be, it wouldn't be the harmony that you both crave. And so they needed this to move on to this other relationship, to this other karmic partner. It was very short-lived, but to learn those lessons, to have that experience, and to come back to a place of understanding of what this connection was, because this connection was starting to scare them. It wasn't just the fact that you were, whatever it was, looking for a house or engagement ring or talking about moving in. I'm actually getting two people on a street looking at a window with jewelry in it. So maybe there was a conversation that came from that. But they needed to, it wasn't just that physical commitment of a relationship, it was understanding the depth of that love. It was like for the first time they felt the depth of that love for you and from you, and that scared the shit out of them. And so they had to be with a karmic partner to be and it was a very short-term relationship. I'm talking, a couple months at most. They had to be with a karmic partner to understand, it was almost like they had to compare the love, and they understand that the love that you have for them and that they have for you, there is no comparison. There is no comparison, and that you are the one that they want, and that they're coming home to you. Okay, so that was for a very, very specific person, possibly a couple of people, but that was very, very specific. So take that as it resonates. They want your forgiveness. They want your forgiveness, and they want your open heart again. They want you. Okay. I've never had something like that come forth. That was pretty cool. I usually do that in my private readings, but that was pretty cool. Okay. Let's get clarifiers for the divine masculine. What's the divine masculine going through? Let's get one more, please. One more for the divine masculine. Thank you. Yeah. The divine masculine is going through a period of surrender, a surrender to this connection, surrender to the divine. They are understanding that they are working with the divine and working with you as well. Coinciding with you. They gave me the word coincide. They're telling me that these big dreams, you're a part of the big dreams. You're a part of their wish fulfillment, and they are finally surrendering to this connection. They are finally surrendering to their open heart. They're finally surrendering to this love and understanding that this is not a compromise. It's not a compromise because they're not settling with you. They're choosing you. And they're finally seeing that their heart is choosing you. And all of this, with the full moon here, all of this has come into play with this full moon. You see all this water here? A lot of emotions came up to the surface with the full moon for them. It was almost like they had to surrender on the full moon. Like they released any resistance on the full moon. And now they're understanding that they want this relationship. So two messages with compromise. The first is that it's not a compromise because they're not settling with you. But the second is that it is a compromise in the sense that for everything that has happened between you, there is, so the word, thank you. So the word that they just gave me was reconciliation. So that's what they mean by the word compromise here. It's not so much a compromise like they're giving anything up, that they're sacrificing anything to be with you. It's that it's a surrendering to being with you. It's not even a settling, it's a choosing you. But the second the second message that they had was that they want this reconciliation. They want to come forward and offer apologies and have this heart-to-heart conversation, knowing that they've surrendered to this connection, knowing that they've opened their heart to you fully, knowing that your heart is open to them, knowing that you're part of their big dreams. And wanting to work this out. That's what they mean by reconciliation and compromise. Wanting to work this out with you, wanting to be together with you. But in order to be together with you, you know you have to work this out. You know you have to come to a place of forgiveness. You know you have to come back to a place of trust. You know that you're building a new foundation. That's what they mean by the word compromise. Nice. Nice. The Divine Masculine's in a good place. We're going to do oracle cards today, I believe. Something a little bit different. Divine Feminines, please. Woo. Yeah. So they just pointed me to the bottom of the deck, which I'll get to in a second because they want me to do these messages first. This is where the Divine Feminine was very, very recently. There might be some remnants of this, but actually what they're telling me is that they released that on the full moon. So it could be a couple of days before, a couple of days after, but this is what you guys were feeling and releasing, so you might still be feeling the energetic residual energy of this. Regret and grief. Regret for how this unfolded. They're telling me regret for how this relationship kind of, if it unraveled, if it exploded, if there was any kind of, if when you went into separation, if there were triggers that led to that, if you're not in separation, if you're triggering each other. There's some regret over this relationship in the past, and you're going, they're just pointing me to past life as well, and you're going through periods of grief for this. You were releasing the grief around that. You were releasing the attachment to the story of your past. You were releasing the regret around your past and coming back to a place of devotion. The flame was relit. So any lack of faith that you had, any feelings of grief, sadness, lack of faith, complete doubt, not feeling like you were valued, not feeling like you were valuing yourself, you're finding that devotion to yourself again. You're finding that devotion to this journey again. You're finding that devotion to the divine, your divine counterpart again. That flame is lit again. And then it's because you received signs. There might have been some kind of communication. There might have been some signs from the divine, they're telling me, but you see how they're all like kind of pointing in the same direction? It's because they were pointing towards this renewal of faith, towards this renewal of devotion. Now, it doesn't have to be devotion in the physical 3D world. If you don't want to be with your divine counterpart, that is your choice. That is where free will comes into play. But the divine will be pushing you towards understanding that you're never truly separate. And if it's meant to be, if it's what your soul truly wants, what your heart truly wants, they'll be pointing you in that direction in the physical 3D. It will be unfolding in that manner. But this, most importantly, is devotion within, especially in the 5D. It's devotion within, the love that you feel within. So that's releasing the regret, releasing the grief, releasing the resentment, and coming to a place of forgiveness. It is moving forward with your life, knowing that the candle for your divine counterpart is always lit, that the love is always there, that you will always, in some way, shape, or form, be there. You will always have each other's back. Bottom of the deck, again, refocusing your life, moving forward with your life, moving forward, not leaving the divine counterpart, the divine masculine in the past, because you know that, they always have a place of home with you if that's what they choose, but refocusing so that you can move forward with your life for your happiness, for your own happiness, inviting the masculine to come along as well if they so choose. Understanding that this is a process, that all this is a process of ascension. You guys, I could keep going, but I'm going to stop here. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers for union, please. Union. We have a couple, but that's okay. Yeah. Twin flame on the bottom of the deck. Vibrations, raising your vibrations, lowering the masks, cycles coming to a conclusion so that this new beginning can take place. Blossoming abundance in the springtime. Some of you have some decisions to make. You're at a crossroads, especially for the Divine Masculine. They have decisions that they're making. And they have it to make of their own free will. And so that's why you might be in separation. If you're together, you might be taking some time apart. If you're in a relationship, you might be, like I see a couple at separate ends of the house, just taking some time for solitude so that they can observe themselves and they can observe their divine counterpart to understand, what's going on within themselves so that they can continue to heal, so that they can decide which direction they want to move forward. But you're both going through this. You're both in alignment. You are both experiencing the same thing of trying to decide which direction you want to go, and both, in a way, choosing yourselves. And what they're actually telling me is that choosing each other is also choosing yourself. For the Divine Masculine, choosing the Divine Feminine is choosing their wishes fulfilled. And that way it's choosing themselves. And for the Divine Feminine, moving on and forward with their life, in their passions, in their mission work, in their careers, is also choosing the Divine Masculine, because in that respect, the Divine Feminine is deciding to be happy, and that's drawing the Divine Masculine to her. Because they're telling me, because you are both coming into alignment with yourselves, you're whole within yourselves, you're healing yourselves, ready to move forward with your life into this big life of big dreams, this new life, this new direction. Where's the new direction card? This new direction of blossoming abundance and high vibrations, concluding all the end of the cycles. Those negative, putting everything in the past behind you, that negative behavior, the addictions, the karma, the mask, lowering the masks, getting rid of the illusions, seeing things clearly for what they are, having that clarity. Getting rid of the toxic relationships, anything that's not serving you. Because you're both doing that, your wishes are each other. Your wishes are becoming fulfilled because you're moving towards what you want in life, and what you want is this love. What you want is each other. You're marrying each other. You're just in a kind of timeout now because you're having this cleanup, this energetic cleanup. We're going to continue because it's interesting, the messages that are coming out and how they're coming out today. So let's get some romance angels up in here. And see how you guys are feeling towards each other. Okay, we're going to wait with the romance angels because they just had me pull this deck. So let's see what other messages. They're saying connection. How are they viewing this connection? How are you viewing this connection? And this is, how are you viewing this connection? Like, how is the Divine Masculine viewing the Divine Feminine? How's the Divine Feminine viewing the Divine Masculine? So let's get some. And then how are you viewing each other? And then we'll get to the emotions. So this is more like mind space, I guess you could say. Really interesting how they're calling me to do this today. Didn't expect this. Okay, how's the masculine viewing the feminine? The garden at the gate. Right? Remember when I said that there's just some energy being cleaned up? That they are getting ready to do this by the book, but they are just getting things into alignment? They are right at the entrance to the gate of this garden. Look how beautiful this is. This blossoming abundance, this vast valley that is just beautiful and clear with butterflies floating around. This is the entrance to their brand new life. And they see the Divine Feminine as a part of that. And you hold the key. They're telling me the Divine Feminine holds the key because the Divine Feminine is holding that space for the Divine Masculine. And all the Divine Masculine has to do is step through the gate, and it's like all their wishes fulfilled. This is a brand new start with freedom. Freedom. An open gate. They're showing me the vast valleys. They're saying this goes on forever. This goes on into eternity. This is freedom. This is happiness and abundance and bliss It's this vast horizon. It's this future energy here. This vast horizon that they can see that if they just step through this garden gate, they'll have everything. Blossoming abundance all around, just this freedom. And what they're actually showing me is like the sound, I swear to God, these symbols today, the images that they're showing me, like I feel like they're making fun of me. Like they're laughing with me now. Like I feel like they're making fun of me. Because what they're showing me now is the sound of music. And you know how she's on the hilltops in Switzerland, twirling around and singing? That's this energy. That's exactly this energy that they're giving me. And they know that all they have to do is step through the gate, that the divine feminine is the key to all this abundance and all this happiness. But what they don't understand is being one soul, they hold the key themselves. And that they have to unlock this gate and they have to step forward. That they and their divine feminine can do this together, because as one soul, one beautiful, pure divine energy, they're doing this together, never apart. Remember, that's the theme today. It's like never apart, always together, never apart. And they both hold the key. The divine masculine thinks that the divine feminine is holding the key, and she is with her love, but she's holding space for the divine feminine to take control, take charge, understand that they have the key themselves, and all they have to do is unlock the gate and step forward. Beautiful. How's the feminine viewing the masculine? Woo. Okay, hold on. The thinking man. The divine, what I'm getting is that the divine feminine knows that the masculine is in this place of observing and solitude and thinking. Woo. In this place of considering this connection, both from a mental...
Did you accidentally summon me?
I did not. Oops, that was Siri. Oh my gosh, okay. That was funny. Oh my God. I don't know if that's a synchronicity or what, but that's crazy. You guys let me know what you think of that. Like, I don't even know what to think of that on an energetic, synchronicity level. Okay, so the divine, from a mental place, yes, they're trying to use logic. You see how, I've never noticed this before. He's looking at a crystal. He's looking at like a quartz crystal. And he's trying to use logic for this connection, but he's understanding that, logic doesn't suffice because this connection doesn't make sense. And us divine feminines, we know that. We know that you have to go within, because on a logical standpoint, from a 3D perspective, this relationship, this connection does not make any sense. But you have to go within. You have to feel the connection. You have to open up your heart. And that's what they're doing. And the divine feminine can sense this. The divine feminine can see that the divine masculine is observing. They're observing the feminine. They're observing this connection. I'm also getting that they might be doing research on not only this connection, but keywords. They might be doing research on twin flames. They might be doing research on Shakti and Shiva energies. They might be doing divine masculine, divine feminine energies. They might be doing research on manifestation. That's where the thinking is coming in. The researching, the observing, but feeling with their heart, having to feel with their heart, trying to understand this connection from a logical standpoint, but logic doesn't work anymore. Yeah. Union energies, releasing that attachment, letting go of the masks, feeling a freedom within this connection, not being bound by the old templates of relationships that we knew, understanding that this is a divine connection, that they can be their true, authentic soul self, and that this is true, authentic, divine, unconditional, pure love. This love has no mask. This love has no chains. And that's what we've been releasing and transforming. Number 5, releasing and transforming and strategizing how to come forward, strategizing how to move this connection to another level, how to move this connection to a new beginning, a new chapter, a new even book. See if there's anything else. Any other messages for this? I'm not taking all those. Any other messages for either masculine, feminine, or union? I just threw these on my other table, but they had me pull them back and call to the bottom of the deck. We have Angel of Balance. This connection is coming into balance. This journey is up-leveling. Through appreciation and love and forgiveness, find the gratitude in this journey. Continue to have patience because your blossoming abundance is coming in. Healing is happening on ascended levels, on higher levels. In April, you're getting your door to personal healing and happiness. This is you opening that gate. This garden gate is open now. These doors are open, and look at this utopia. Look at this utopia. We have the third chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra, finding more confidence, finding self-esteem, finding self-worth, finding value, not just in yourselves, as in self-worth. No longer feeling like you're not deserving of this connection. No longer feeling like you're not deserving of this love. No longer feeling like you're not deserving of your divine counterpart. You're stepping in to take charge. You're both of you, of your lives and of this connection. You're stepping in to understand the value of this connection, of this love itself, not just for yourselves, but for each other, the value that each person holds. So the divine masculine, what they're telling me, this is very divine masculine energy that they're giving me. They're saying the divine masculine is really stepping into their place of power and self-esteem and understanding the value of the connection and understanding the value that the divine feminine holds. Really finally seeing the divine feminine in her worth because they're finally seeing their worth. Whereas before, they may have felt like they weren't deserving. They felt like this wasn't possible. They felt like this happiness wasn't possible. This abundance wasn't possible. Because they weren't balanced within themselves, because they weren't healing within themselves, because they had a third chakra that was out of whack due to their past, due to past relationships that they have had to leave behind. But now that they're stepping forward, now that they're healing, now that they're starting this new story, starting this new journey and being divinely guided on this journey towards abundance and happiness and a life well lived, an infinite life is what they're telling me, a life full of love, infinite love, eternal love. They are opening their heart in every way, even in the realm of romance. So there is going to be communication, and the key, they're showing me this, the key that they have around their neck, this is the divine masculine represented here, even though it's a female, it's just energy, remember, it's just energy, male or female, gender doesn't matter. This energy that I'm getting here, this is divine masculine, having the key in their hands the whole time, and look, the heart in the cage, all they have to do is put that key in the lock and open it, and they have all the abundance and all the beauty and all the love that they could ever want. And they're going to be stepping forward with guys might be getting some romance. You guys might be getting some romance. Okay. How are you feeling towards each other? How are you feeling towards each other? What does the masculine feel for the feminine? What does the feminine feel towards the masculine? And how do you feel towards each other? Okay. I miss doing oracle readings. This is fascinating. This is fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll get back to a regular divine partnership reading coming up, but I don't know. The messages are really flowing today. The symbolism, I swear, the symbolism they're giving me is like, I swear it's a joke. Like I swear they're punking me, right? They're saying, we're not punking you. It's what you can best understand. So I appreciate that, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, and I love you. Okay. How is the divine... Ooh. Let's get another one. How's the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine? What do they want to say? They want heart-to-heart conversations, guys. They want to communicate. How is the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine? How is the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine? This could be the one. They want a heart-to-heart conversation. They want to come to you and talk to you about everything they've been experiencing. They want this new beginning. They want to tell you how they have surrendered and everything they've been experiencing. They want to talk to you. They want to make this work. They want to reconcile. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. What I'm actually getting is they're feeling safe to do this, and they're in preparation to do this. They're strategizing. They're trying to think. The divine feminine's picking up on this. They're thinking about this. They're strategizing this, using their heart this time and not just their mind, trying to figure out how to come forward, putting things into alignment so that they can finally come forward, because they know that you're the one. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. You know that this is your happiness. You know that this is your abundance. And for this new chapter that they want to write, for this new story, this new book, they know. They know that this is where the abundance lies. They know that this is where the love is. And this is the love that they want. It's not just abundance as in physical manifestations. It's abundance in love. Because that is what their soul is reaching out for, that love. That is what their heart and their very soul is. I'm getting the sensation of like grasping for that connection, because they feel the love now and they understand this connection, and now they're reaching out for the divine feminine because of that love, and they know that it's a pure love, and they know that it's an unconditional love, and it's a divinely guided love. They know that you're the one, and there might be some romance coming because you're the romantic partner they seek. So it could be a higher level of commitment. Let's see what the divine feminine is feeling towards the divine masculine. What's the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? What's the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? We have let your friends help you and religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. What I'm getting is that this is both spiritual in nature. The divine feminine is having patience because they're seeing the divine masculine kind of up level. They're seeing the divine masculine heal and ascend, and so they understand that spirit is guiding this connection, and that the divine masculine feels like they're finally on the spiritual path. Now, they may have been a spiritual person before. They may have been doing studies. They may have been a conscious person, but ascension is a whole new ballgame. Ascension is a different level of awakening. So they may have had a spiritual awakening before, but this is a different, it's an awakening to this connection. It's awakening to a different part of the ascension journey. And so the divine feminine is seeing the divine masculine as awakening and ascending, seeing them finally understanding this connection and on the spiritual path with the divine feminine, doing this now together. Because they're understanding this connection, they are understanding that they're on this journey now together. And so they understand with this, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. The divine masculine might be getting mentorship and French and support with their friends in their lives, with other people in their lives. But more so, the energy that I'm getting from this card is that the divine is really helping to let this unfold and manifest. This is like a divine timing card. So the divine feminine is feeling this from the divine, is feeling the divine masculine evolve. They're feeling the divine masculine on the spiritual journey with them. That's the whole, like, I can let go now. You know, I know that you're doing the work yourself. You know, I'm moving forward with my life, knowing that things are being divinely guided and that I don't have to have attachment to this journey anymore. What they're actually telling me is that this was part of the process. You had to get to this point in time where even though you were releasing attachment, perhaps over the past few months, the past few years, you had to get to this final release, to this point in time where you were able to let your divine masculine do it on their own. You had to release the control, firmly release that control, they're saying, so that you understand that the divine has got it now, and the masculine has got it now. The masculine, because of your love, and their understanding it's because of your love, now you can set down that 10 of Wands, you can set down that burden, because the masculine is rising on their own, with your guidance, but not with that guidance that you have been, it's almost like they know that you're guiding them, so you don't have to like be forcing this connection anymore. You don't have to be like, you know, sending them articles or, you know, talking about, you know, twin flames or ascension or twin souls or soulmates. You don't have to be, you know, you're not forcing this anymore because you released that attachment, you released that control, and even if it was with good intentions, it was still control because you were guiding them. You really were guiding them, and that's a beautiful thing, but they have awakened with the help of the divine, and now they are they're doing it. They're evolving on their own, and they're going to be coming towards you because they're going to be whole and you're going to be whole, and focused, both of you focused on what it is that you want for yourself, and what you want for yourselves is each other. You're manifesting this together now. You have the same visions for the future. So before you might have been manifesting individually for your lives, now you're going to be manifesting together for your lives, even if you're not fully consciously aware of it. Beautiful. And union energies, how are they feeling towards each other? How are they feeling towards each other? How's the divine masculine and the divine feminine feeling towards each other? How's the divine masculine? Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And I'm being pointed towards, see how this little boy is kissing the little girl on the cheek. I'm hearing physical affection. I'm hearing communication. I'm hearing higher levels of commitment. Something that shows the love. Something that communicates the love. And passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Don't resist. Don't resist what you're feeling towards each other. Reconciliation. Express your love. And very soon, and getting to know each other is the last one they're calling me to. This reconciliation, is interesting that I put this on the divine masculine side because this is what they want. We just talked about this. They want this reconciliation with this compromise card. They want to get to know you again. They're saying, I want you to get to know me because I'm not the same person as even just a few weeks ago. Because of this healing, because they're showing me the Hanged Man, this shift in mindset that's occurred, because of this ascension, this evolution, this awakening. I'm not the same person, and I know you're not the same person, and I want to get to know each other again. I want to start a brand new story together. I want this reconciliation. Divine Feminine is saying, great, can you express your love for me? And very soon, make the effort, express yourself, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I'm here for you, I'm waiting for you, I'm still holding love for you. Clearly decide what it is you want so that it comes to you now. Clearly decide, Divine Masculines, you're at this crossroad, making a decision of surrender, surrendering fully in your heart towards these big dreams, which includes making the effort, making the steps, taking the steps that you're guided to take from the divine, for this passion and love that you have for your divine feminine. Now, remember, this passion is not just physical intimacy, although that is a big component of this connection. It's also opening up your heart and feeling the passion and the love, the unending love, the unconditional love that you have for your divine counterpart on all levels. So it's not just physical here. This is also emotionally intimate. This is also mentally intimate, as well as the physical. No longer surrendering to this, no longer feeling in resistance to this. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to do, what are you healing at this time? Yeah. What's being healed at this time? I haven't used these cards in forever, so this is what I was called to. And then we'll get final messages and we'll close out. What's healing at this time? This is the biggest spread I've done in a while. They just keep calling me to pull cards because there's messages attached to them, so that's really cool. What I'm getting with this very soon card is what myself and a lot of my friends on this journey have also been experiencing, so I believe it's coming from the collective as well. There's an anticipation. Yeah, my ears are, yeah, it's coming in as a download. There's an anticipation here. There's something shifting. Remember when I said in the intro that something is going to be shifting in the month of April? There's something anticipatory coming in. Now, this could be with your divine counterpart. I have been getting that there's going to be some kind of communication coming in with the divine counterpart, some kind of effort perhaps, perhaps an expression of love, perhaps a heart-to-heart conversation, some kind of reconciliation happening, some kind of show of love or communication of love is what I'm hearing. However, it could also be for both counterparts moving more towards your abundance, more towards your manifestations coming in. This could also be opportunities. This could also be work as it relates to your passion, as it relates to your loves, like what it is that you want to do, as it relates to your mission, as it relates to financial stability or abundance. So there's things that are starting to happen, manifestations, shifts in manifestations that are coming to pass very, very soon. And I've been hearing in the next few weeks, the next 2 to 3 weeks specifically is what I've heard. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, specifically the month of April. Union also for a few of you, I just heard. When I say a few of you, I want to say, I don't even have a number, but there's a percentage of you that will be coming into union, physical union in the 3D very soon, in the next few weeks. Beautiful. Okay. What's being healed at the current time for the divine masculine? What's being healed for the divine masculine at the current time? What's being healed for the divine masculine at the current time? Choice. Yes. The divine masculines are at this crossroads here. They're at this crossroads trying to decide which path they want to take, knowing that they're being guided towards their big dreams and abundance, but also knowing that they have free will. So they're trying to make a choice here to decide how to move forward. Again, that's going by the book. They want to do things right this time. So they're trying to decide how to move forward while also being divinely guided, trying to put things into alignment, trying to decide and strategize. I keep getting the word strategize, how to move forward and how to make this, have this reconciliation, how to make the effort. Deciding, making the choice, what it is that they truly want for their life, knowing that they do want their divine feminines. Again, there's that small segment where they're moving forward in their lives without their divine feminines, knowing that you're never truly separate. Again, don't let that trigger you. If it's not resonating with you, if it's making you feel awful, it's not for you. It's not. It just means it's not for you, because that's out of alignment with your soul. If it's not resonating, if it's making you feel bad, if it's not bringing you peace, it's not meant for you. The greater message is that they're making a choice for how to come forward and how to reconcile and how to stop resisting this passion and make the effort and have this heart-to-heart conversation for the divine feminine to show this expression of love, because they've been putting their life into alignment, because they have been putting things into balance and doing the healing for their life. Okay, what's the divine feminine? What's the divine feminine healing? Forward movement. Yes, they are healing, letting this connection go, by which I mean letting it be. Not letting it go like, I don't believe in it anymore, not letting it go like, I don't care about it. Having that love in your heart, but knowing that you have to move forward. Detaching yourself from the outcome of however this comes to pass, while holding faith that it will come to pass someday or in some form. Releasing the expectation of what it's meant to look like. Releasing the expectation. They're saying allow the connection to transform here. Allow the connection to transform and unwind and manifest how it's meant to, because there's a divine plan that is greater than you could have ever imagined. So you have to release that expectation and just refocus on your life and refocus on forward momentum for your own life and your own happiness, because this is coming in. And if you focus so much on what's coming in, it's like, does a pot of water, what's the phrase? Does a watched pot ever boil? I mean, eventually it does, but what are you doing with your life while you're sitting there waiting for water to boil? When you could be working on other ingredients in the kitchen for cooking, for your meal, for your beautiful, fabulous, lavish meal. You could be working on something else rather than sitting and waiting for the water to boil. And in the meantime, while you're working on the other courses, on the other dishes, you have this beautiful, the water's boiling, and you have this beautiful thing manifesting, getting ready to, for this other, maybe the main course to be made. I don't know, you guys, I swear, these images that they're giving me. Again, we have the breathe card. Breathe. What they're saying here with this, you see how it's being divinely guided? This ship, this is you and your divine counterpart on this journey. And you are being divinely guided. And look how large this is and how small this is. What they're saying with this is, don't look at the 3D, because that's tiny in comparison to what's happening in the 5D. The 3D physical plane is peanuts compared to what is happening energetically in that shift in consciousness. So shift your perspective and understand that it's being divinely guided and things are unfolding magically. Breathe and allow this to happen. Allow this to come to pass. Okay. I want to get some angel answers. Any other messages? I love this reading. It's so different than from what I usually do. But I love it, and some really cool messages. As crazy as the images and the symbols they're asking me to decipher are, it's really beautiful. So we're going to get some angel answers, and then I think we're going to get a Lover's Oracle, and that's going to be it. So let's just get guidance for the Divine Masculine. What does the Divine Masculine have to say? Guidance for the Divine Masculine, please. Guidance for the Divine Masculine, please. Ooh. I don't want to take all that. Sorry, Spirit. Guidance for the Divine Masculine, please. Peaceful resolution. Have no worries, Divine Masculines. The reconciliation will be peaceful. There will be a peaceful outcome to all of this. It will be your abundance. It will be what you want. Have no fear. Have no fear is immediately the energy of the card. Immediately the energy. Have no fear. And you see this divine guidance? It's such a calm and loving energy. Have no fear. There will be a peaceful resolution to this situation. Feminines. Compromise. Again, we got compromise. Divine Feminines, you might need to compromise. What they're saying with that is let go of any resentment, let go of the past, forgive. Come back to a place of love and faith for this connection. Come back to a place of balance within yourself. That's how you come to a place of balance with your divine counterpart. Both of you mirroring each other, both of you getting the compromise card, both of you wanting this reconciliation, both of you wanting this balance and harmony and union. Advice for the union, please. Advice for the union, please. No. Can you clarify the no? Oops. Clarify the no card, please. Okay. Be assertive and listen to your intuition. Yes, perfect timing. Take action. No need to worry. Okay. I never pull this many cards. There's messages. They kept saying pull, pull, pull. Okay. Because we're going to start at the beginning. We got no. And I'm like, what the heck is that? But immediately what I heard is, no, this connection is not going to unfold the way you expect. It's going to be even better. It's going to be what you want. It's going to be your wishes fulfilled. Then we got the romance. And I said to myself, wait a minute, is it no romance? What's that about? Because we got the romance card. We got the passion card. And they said, no. Again, it was almost like they laughed. They said, trust that this is unfolding as it's meant to be. But you cannot expect it. It might not be what you want in the very beginning, but that's because there are foundations that are being laid, and trust the divine is laying the foundations. Foundations are being laid in the higher realms, are saying. So what's going to manifest, it's going to unfold as it's meant to unfold. It's going to unfold in beautiful ways, and you're going to get your romance, but don't expect it as you're expecting it. Don't expect this first interaction if you're in separation, or if you've had turmoil between you, if you're together and like you've had some conflict. Don't expect it to be immediate declarations of love. It's going to, because of what you've both been through, you're still laying the foundations. So it might start with a little bit of communication. It might start with a little bit of an expression of love. Now, that's not going to be everybody. It's not going to resonate with everybody. There might be a select few of you who get that grand declaration of love. But for the majority, I want to say like 97%, they just said, is going to be, it's going to start with communication. It's going to start with an expression of love. It's going to start with some honesty. It's going to start with conversations here. It's going to start with getting to know each other and reconciliation. But there's romance in friendship. There's friendship in romance. So allow things to unfold, breathe, and allow things to unfold. That's part of the compromise here as well. That's part of the peaceful resolution. Allow things to unfold now in divine timing, because this is coming. This romance is coming. Just allow it to unfold. Don't take control is what they're saying. It's a very aggressive energy. No, don't take control. This is especially for the divine feminines, I feel. No, don't take control of the situation. Allow it to unfold. And it will unfold into this romance. Just give it time. Give it time. And I know it's troubling for divine feminines and triggering for divine feminines because you're like, I've given it so much time. Look at everything we've been through. I've been so patient. This is coming. And you will see this. But allow it to unfold. Because there's no need to worry. Again, no need to worry. Action is being taken. You see how they're riding forth. This isn't just the divine. This is your divine masculine coming forward, taking action, being guided by the divine, being assertive, listening to their intuition, saying yes to perfect timing. It is coming in perfect divine timing, especially a message for the divine feminines. I felt like that was an special message for the divine feminines. Not take control of the situation. It's going to be, they just keep telling me it's going to be a better and bigger surprise than you can ever imagine for yourself. So allow it to be. Allow it to be. You know, daydream and envision and think about what it is that you want to manifest. But allow yourself to be surprised in beautiful ways. Allow yourself to be surprised by this romance. Don't take control of the situation. Allow your masculine to take action. As you take action for your own life, allow your masculine to take action for this connection as well. Okay, let's get some messages from the divine masculine for the divine feminine, please. Divine masculine for the divine feminine. Ooh, you want to fly? Jesus, sexual union. You are on the divine masculine's mind. Like, there's a lot of passion in these cards. We got the passion card as well, remember? There had been a lot of resistance to this. This could be physical intimacy or emotional intimacy or both. But there's sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. They're awakening to this. They're understanding the passion that comes from love. This is a sacred union. This is not a casual encounter. This is not the relationships that they've had in the past. This is a beautiful, sacred relationship, a sacred divine love. And that's why they're feeling so much passion. And that's why they're feeling such intensity. And that's why it can feel so scary and so frightening, because they're understanding this and they are feeling a lot. I feel like this is devil energy here. They are feeling a lot of sexual passion for the divine feminine because they are opening up their hearts to love. Divine feminine transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Again, that place of trusting, a place of having faith, a place of understanding that the divine is working here and everything is transforming in your relationship. And it might be a foundation of friendship first. It might be some small effort, some small showings of love. It might be communication about their true feelings, that they are in love with you. But it's going to start somewhere. It's going to start with a reconciliation. It's going to transform from there. And what I'm getting is it's going to happen very, very fast. It's going to happen very, very fast. So allow it to transform from where you are to where you're meant to be. Again, we got the friendship card. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Again, maybe starting with the foundation of friendship before you move into this romance, but it's going to happen quickly because of the passion that's here. Because it has to start from a new foundation of love, because you're writing a new book, there's a new foundation that has been placed. The past is completely in the past. You're starting fresh. You're getting to know each other again. You are compromising and wanting to talk about this connection and where you see each other. You're wanting to be honest with yourself and making the effort. So even though the effort is, it might be small, it's like Page of Cups, it's still a cup of love. And it's not going to be pittance anymore. It's not going to be crumbs, because you know, divine feminines, you're not accepting crumbs anymore. You're not accepting pittance. You want a higher level of commitment. You want a more balanced foundation. You want harmony now. You're not dealing with the bullshit that you dealt with before. And divine masculines, they don't want to deal with the bullshit either. They're tired of it. They're exhausted with it, I'm hearing. So nurture the bonds of friendship and know that that's going to help transform, and that there's so much passion here, and that there will be romance. There will be romance, but allow things to happen in divine timing. What do you have for the union energies? What do we have for the union energies, please? Union energies, please. I'm going to take them all. Oh my gosh, yeah. See, at the bottom of the deck, we have romance. See, you will get the romance that you want. Cupid's arrow strikes. You will be getting the romance that you want. But we also have, what do we have? We have, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Both of you have faith that this connection is transcending into something more powerful, something more beautiful, a new story, a fresh start, a new book. The past is in the past. It's beautiful because it led you here. It showed you what you needed to learn. It had you experience what you needed to experience to get you to this point, but now it's time to start over. Now it's time to look forward to the future, to this beautiful soulmate connection. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will physically manifest. Sacred union. What did I just say about sexual union? Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Both of you understanding this connection, both of you understanding that this is your divine counterpart, that this is a true and unconditional love, and allowing it finally to unfold in perfect divine timing. All right, you guys, we're going to end here. We'll be back with a full divine partnership reading with the original tarot cards coming up next week. I just wanted to do this beautiful, beautiful reading on the heels of the energies of the full moon, and what a transformation it is. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm so excited to see where April takes us. Energy is shifting so rapidly, so we'll be back shortly with a new reading. So much love and so much light to all of you.